Story 1. As someone who has been told that my fiancé and I are a strong couple, I would say the biggest signs of a healthy relationship are 1. Respectful communication. Even during arguments, we do not tear each other down. It is always us versus the argument. Shared goals and values. We are moving in the same direction willingly, not dragging each other. Emotional safety. We can be vulnerable without fear of being judged or dismissed. Teamwork, parenting, money, daily life, we both show up. Trust and accountability. No games, just honesty and follow through. We also realize neither of us is perfect, and we will make mistakes and may upset each other. Love is the foundation, but it is how you treat each other daily that makes it strong. Story 2. Healthy conflict resolution. A good relationship does not mean they do not fight. It means they disagree, respect each other's positions, and work together to resolve the problem. Story 3. There are many signs, but one that people may not consider is childlike play. Silliness, inside jokes, and laughter or humor that resemble childlike, not childish. Behavior can indicate you have reached a level of openness, authenticity, and comfort that can be very difficult to express even to our closest friends and family. Story 4. I recently attended a 50th anniversary for a couple I know. The husband said, "Even after all these years, I still treat her like my girlfriend." I would say they make efforts to keep the honeymoon phase going. Story 5. I believe the best feeling that describes a healthy relationship is the sense of freedom. We can be ourselves, responsibly of course, and it is okay. Story 6. They help each other without having to ask. They communicate clearly. Fights or disagreements are infrequent, short-lived, and resolved with both parties satisfied or taking turns getting their way. They do not lie to or hide things from each other. They do not embarrass each other in public or in front of friends. The division of labor is even, and roles are agreed upon and followed without complaints or frequent reminders. Story 7. I heard that if you are in a healthy relationship, your worst fear is their death. In an unhealthy one, the worst fear is them cheating or leaving you. Story 8. This might be a controversial opinion, but having been told we are a strong couple, I never speak negatively about my partner to my friends. I might joke about how he doesn't know how to close a kitchen cabinet or something, but any major issues or conflicts we have, we work out with each other. We don't bring them to our friend groups. Story 9. We gossip. But seriously, we talk. Even if we roll our eyes completely at some things, even if we grow tired of each other sometimes and think we need a break, we will be tired together. We don't force each other to talk, but one will pick up the slack until the other is okay again. We are just there, present, visible. 8 years now. Story 10. All the healthy couples I know rarely post about themselves or their lives online. I am not sure if that is a true marker, but it is something I have noticed. Story 11. Being able to spend time together without exchanging words. Just being happy in each other's peaceful presence. Mutual respect and understanding of each other's boundaries. I am a major introvert. My boyfriend is extroverted with a large friend group. He knows I get easily overwhelmed and comforts me when I do. Story 12. Being genuinely kind to each other. My husband and I do not pick on each other or take jabs, especially around other people. We respect each other, so we act like it. Story 13. My husband and I have been together for 20 years. Most of that time, 15 years, we've been together all day, every day, except during surgeries and hospital stays, because of my health. We don't just love each other. We like each other. He isn't just my confidant about everything. He's my best friend in the entire world, and I will put him first. Our child is now an adult living in California and blazing their own path. Forever. We talk about everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the funny, the sad. That's what happens when you invest in someone and they invest equally in you. He's watched me go through and recover from 5 major surgeries and lose vital organs. I've watched him and cared for him through several conditions. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, it creates a closeness that doesn't exist otherwise. We like or have grown to like the same things. In our younger years, that was different than now. We hike, paddle, kayak, snowshoe. take photos together, and enjoy our adventures and team building. We have almost slid off icy slopes, fallen over a mountain, lost each other in the fog on the water, so our trust is 100%. Above all, I would rather be angry with him than with any other human in the world. Story 14. As a husband with two beautiful children, I would say signs of a healthy couple usually show up in how they treat and support each other day to day. Some of the big ones include good communication. Talk honestly, listen to each other, and can disagree respectfully. Trust and respect. Do not feel the need to snoop and value each other's boundaries. Support. Celebrate each other's wins and are there during tough times. Healthy independence. Each has their own life, friends, and interests, and encourages each other's growth. Physical and emotional affection. Show care through both words and actions and feel safe being themselves. Every couple is different, but when these things are present, it is usually a good sign they are on the right track. Speaking from experience. Story 15. Today we are celebrating 31 years together. We were both young when we met, literally sleeping in street doorways at the time through no fault of our own. The few people who know our full story and the big successes we have achieved in our lives are always shocked. Honestly, our biggest piece of advice is to be best friends. If one of you has a problem, it is your problem too. You do not leave them to handle it alone. You support each other and work as a team. Nowadays, people are quick to end relationships. If the other person does not act the same as them, they think it must end. We cherish our individuality. We know we have our differences, but we fit together like a jigsaw to create a beautiful unity. 31 years ago, I saw him sitting on the floor busking. I asked if I could sit by him and chat for a while. I am still chatting. Good signs of a healthy relationship are being best friends, respecting each other's individuality, and offering support and encouragement. Story 16. They actually talk through problems rather than wasting time with passive-aggressive behavior. They also do not spread their passive-aggressive behavior all over social media every time they are upset. I know a dysfunctional couple who does this. I often feel like telling her, if you need to do that just to feel validated, you have already defeated your own argument. You are not a child. Grow up. Use your words and talk to him about your problems, not everyone else on the planet except him. Story 17. Praise in public. Correct in private. Do not criticize your partner in front of others if you can avoid it. Story 18. Being genuinely kind to each other. I have never called my husband a mean name or word, and he has never done the same to me. We might get upset during an argument, but there is no yelling or name-calling. Ever. Story 19. The ability to do things apart. We just met the youngest son's new girlfriend. He is planning a trip to Japan with friends without her. She is totally cool with it and encouraging. That got our seal of approval right away. Story 20. Aside from board game nights and lack of competition, you are winning by being with that person, not trying to beat them at everything. Story 21. There is not much difference between their attractiveness and social status if they are friends and genuinely enjoy each other's company. Story 22. In my opinion, when you can spend an hour in comfortable silence and feel a connection like we are a team against the world, that is a healthy relationship. Two hearts in one soul. Story 23. I am in love with my husband, but I also respect him. His decisions, his choices, his family, his friends, his leadership, his ability to follow, his honesty, his friendship, his trust, and overall the way he takes care of himself. He does the same for me. We are not equal every day. We adjust as needed. Sometimes I give 90%, 10%. Sometimes he gives 100%, 0%. We pick up where the other leaves off in synchrony. It is not always perfect, and when it is not, we communicate and are transparent. So far, 13 years, and I am very grateful. Right now, I am going through a tough 3 years earning a rigorous doctorate, so I am available only 10 to 30% of the time. My husband never complains. He cooks, cleans, buys me my favorite treats, and makes sure the animals are all well taken care of. However, when I am available, I return the favor tenfold. You just have to show up and love them. Story 24. There are many indicators such as mutual respect, communication, trust, laughter, and passion. For me, the most important is that we keep dating each other, even after being together for years. These dates can be anything from a stroll around the park, to a coffee date, to a fancy night out. The main goal is to set aside time for each other. Make it intentional and romantic. Remind each other why you started dating in the first place. Story 25. It has been a while since I have been in a stable relationship, but laughter, trust, being comfortable in your own skin, good intimacy. Story 26. Having the ability to not take things too much to heart is important. My husband and I were packing to go abroad and faced many hurdles that made packing very last minute. I put the children to bed, and he did the dishes. The first thing we did when I came downstairs was have a blazing argument. Then my husband stopped mid-shout and said, "Actually, wait, do you feel better?" I replied, "Yes, do you?" He said, "Oh God, yes. Sorry for shouting at you." I just laughed and said, "No, I'm not sure I'm done shouting at you actually. It really did help." We went back and forth laughing about who started it. We recognized that we were shouting at each other for no other reason than being overwhelmed and stressed, and actually we can both take it. Story 27. As someone who ended a 2-year relationship, I can say that having the same goals and passions is very important. Love does not conquer all. There also has to be more than just focusing on physical intimacy. Story 28. They do not worry about platonic friendships of their partners. I have many platonic women friends. If my partner had male friends, I would not be threatened by it. Story 29. They do not complain about their partner to their friends or try to bait others into criticizing their partner with them. Story 30. High passion, trust, and open communication. Also, you two will have inside jokes only you will understand. Nothing can come between you. Story 31. Both people feel like they are the luckiest person to call the other person their person every single day. Story 32. A sign of a healthy couple is one that does not post pictures of themselves on social media. Couples who post happy, beautiful couple photos on social media are usually compensating for a weak relationship. Story 33. If a couple is constantly posting on social media about how wonderful and amazing their relationship is, you can be sure it is not. Story 34. They stay attractive and well-maintained, but not excessively. A couple that wears dirty sweatpants and is 100 pounds overweight is not happy. A couple who spends between $10,000 and $999,999 on fashion, plastic surgery, and similar expenses is probably not happy either. There is a happy medium and it depends on age. Story 35. 1. No disrespecting each other to outsiders, including no fighting or disclosing information that could be harmful. No or minimal posts on social media about their love or marriage. Similar levels of intelligence quotient, values, financial health, and parenting. The other's well-being is in the top 3 priorities. Everything can be paused, rearranged, or given up if the partner truly needs it. Story 36. Do not post everything on Instagram. When they go out together in a group, they are not all over each other the whole time and give each other space. Story 37. Considering both mine and my significant other's friendship groups view us as basically one person, this is what I have observed and what is usually highlighted. We have the same interests, humor, life goals, and personality. We match very well and practically never clash. When we have disagreements, it is never an argument. It is an honest discussion to get the best of both worlds, a compromise. Both of us love being with each other. However, when we are apart, we can function well. We always miss our own company. We do not get jealous, and practical jokes are all fun as long as there is a limit. We are often told we shine and gravitate towards each other when in a social scenario with a group of friends. We do not really post pictures of us together on social media. We do not feel the need to prove that we have a good relationship. We know, and that is all that matters. Our mood heightens when we are together and generally makes everything better. Story 38. You do not get into the same arguments. It is all right to have an argument here and there, but it is not all right if it turns into a screaming match and keeps happening. When an argument happens once, The other partner has to see it from their point of view and fix whatever it is in order not to get into that situation again. Story 39. Respect each other and apologize if you make a mistake. Do not bring up old grievances. Support each other's ideas and goals even if you believe they are unusual or not to your liking. Communicate openly and keep things exciting in the bedroom. 20 years together, 14 years married, and 3 children. I am not letting him get away. Story 40. They do not talk over each other in a social setting. When one is speaking, the other is genuinely patient and only interjects when their partner cannot remember certain details or what to say next. Story 41. Monthly check-ins. Sitting down, relaxing, and talking about what went well in the past 4 weeks and what could improve. Story 42. I've been pretty lucky. I don't have many divorced couples in my family, and most of my close relations are happily married. My parents, for example, are still very much in love with each other. They are each other's best friends, which is wonderful. I think the healthiest thing they do is talk to each other through everything. Even if they're unhappy, they just talk it through. I've never seen them have a blowout fight, and I'm 21, so that says something. Story 43. People seem to think my wife and I have a good relationship because we openly tease each other on Reddit and know each other's Reddit account names. Story 44. Do healthy couples really exist? Is it not just a fantasy or a myth? I really wish I could be in a healthy relationship someday. Story 45. Something I don't see enough in this kind of discourse. Answered bids for attention. If something completely silly, minor, or inconsequential brings me joy and I want to share that joy with my partner, I would feel instantly deflated and unseen if they were not receptive. To me, the whole point of a true partnership is excitement for and about each other. I have a total uneducated infatuation with weird bugs and a genuine passion for wildflowers, which often manifests as me showing my boyfriend pictures of colorful beetles or stopping him multiple times on a walk or hike to point out a plant. Every time, without fail, he tells me how cool and exciting it is and grabs my phone to get an identification photo if I cannot reach. I have noticed him smiling sidelong at me when I experience small joys, and sometimes he even reaches over to grab my hand or kiss me on the head. Fundamentals like solid communication and mutual respect are essential for a healthy foundation, but the little moments and subtle gestures of support are what sustain a partnership. Story 46. A smile on my face and a happy heart come from being able to trust someone. These are a few things. It has been a while since I have dated. Story 47. They can do their own thing without needing each other present. They are respectful of each other, especially in arguments. They have each other's backs. They speak highly of each other. They look healthy, not drained. Story 48. One of my friends is in his 70s. He has been with his wife since their teens. They respect each other's interests. He is into his motorbikes and she is into dancing. They still enjoy each other's company, but they are not constantly joined at the hip. Story 49. My wife and I have been married for about 5 years, and people often comment that we hold hands. I mean, why wouldn't we? Story 50. It is hard to tell who is in charge. They take turns leading different aspects of the relationship to help balance the financial, physical, and mental workload of life. Story 51. One sign I had a healthy relationship was when a friend of his approached me to thank me for making his friend so happy, and it was not an isolated incident. Story 52. You have to work on relationships. It is not easy. I have been with my husband for decades. We are complete opposites, but we make it work. Story 53. One person makes a comment that could be interpreted the wrong way, and the other person reacts. Then the person who made the comment explains themselves and reassures, and then it is over. There are no more snide comments from the offended person for the rest of the night. You can tell that was immediately resolved. Story 54. Ability to mediate and empathize without judgment. My wife and I are much more patient with each other than I hear about couples sharing their problems with coworkers and friends. We support each other through hard times rather than complaining to others. Story 55. A healthy couple communicates openly, respects each other, builds trust, supports one another, resolves conflicts calmly, maintains balance, and grows together. Story 56. I believe that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to this question. The two individuals involved in the relationship are the best judges of it. They are the sole witnesses of all the ups and downs that have happened in their relationship. When we look for signs of a healthy couple and compare them to our own relationship, we often find something missing. This can create a sense of insecurity. Instead, focus on the bond you share. However, some points should not be neglected. 1. There should be no kind of abuse in the relationship. There should be a willingness to work on the difficult points of the relationship. If the person is not willing to do so, then one must stop and think about it. Story 57. If you can overcome big arguments and still be together, that is an amazing sign that you are going to be all right. Story 58. Never shouting at each other, being open and honest, not worrying about what the other's response will be. I guess just really good communication. That's something my partner and I have had since day one, and it's great. Even when we disagree, we talk through everything. It is by far the healthiest relationship I have ever been in. Story 59. We respect each other on a deep level of friendship. That is my best friend right there. We argue without raising our voices or getting nasty with each other. We communicate our needs without our egos being threatened. We have so much fun together. We share the same values and goals and help each other get where we want to be. We trust each other deeply. There is zero judgment. We both realize that we are human and not perfect, and we may unintentionally hurt each other at times. Relationships require the utmost forgiveness. With all this, nothing can really shake what we have. I feel like it is us against whatever life throws at us. Story 60. The doctor says they are in good health, have no illnesses, and maintain a good diet and exercise routine. Story 61. I used to behave very poorly in relationships. I would hurt my significant others, make them have sex with my friends, and generally engage in awful behavior. For me, it was really about finding a partner whose fetishes and malicious tendencies aligned with mine. We are both harmful to our community, but we function with such precision and understanding of one another that it never causes any conflicts between us. She can still sleep with my friends as long as I'm watching, but it is no longer a matter of force or manipulation. Story 62. They allow each other to go on 5-day camping and hiking trips with an ex and are completely secure in sharing a tent. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.